Welcome back, everyone. This is Mondo All Day, back with another video. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at Batman. This is going to be from the McFarlane Toys Digital Collection, or Wave, or Set, however you want to call it. This is going to be Batman from the DC Rebirth era. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at front of the box. This side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like for these particular new McFarlane figures digital. The back of the card. And it comes with a digital code on here. Obviously you can't see it because blocked up, so that I can just kind of rub this and go from there. So there's that. It does come with accessories, so you do get a grappling gun, something we've seen before multiple times with the DC Rebirth one. This time it's going to be painted gold, which the paint itself is actually pretty darn good. You can see more of that detail, because I know usually with the previous one they're just all black, so you can't really tell the detail, but you can see a little bit of the detail in terms of the sculpture design. So there's that. It comes with a batarang that's also gold. It comes with some hands. This is going to be his right trigger hand, just blue, and a left fist. And it comes with a headpiece for Bruce Wayne. So here he is, Bruce Wayne. I believe this is the first time we've gotten a unmasked headpiece by McFarlane for Bruce Wayne. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say this is the first time. So here he is, Bruce Wayne, and he looks okay. Not much to it. You got the nice hair design. You got the painted hair in terms of being just brown. Not much to it. You got the painted lips, the eyebrows, the eyes, the regular eyes. So for the headpiece for Bruce Wayne, I gotta say, it looks cool. Can't go wrong with it. And it comes with a unique stand. It just says McFarlane Toys Digital. So there's that. Alright, now let's take a look at the articulation. So, head, left, right, up, down, shoulder articulation, bicep, oops, just hit the camera, elbow, wrist, torso, swivel, and then we'll do leg articulation, which, well, I'll talk about it in a bit in terms of this particular figure. So leg articulation, knees, ankles, and last but not least, toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure is actually pretty good overall. Now let's talk about the figure itself, because this is going to be, I believe, the fourth version of this particular figure. We got the original one, we got another one from the 3-pack, and we have the Frostbite, and now we have this one here, the digital one. And it looks like it's going to be a new headpiece. You know, I'll compare it to the previous one, the original one, but it looks like it's going to be a new headpiece. I mean, look at the eyes. You know me, I'm a sucker for white eyes, and it has white eyes. You get the painted lips on there, a little bit of the cheek as well too. Look at that cowl right here. Look at that frown. It looks pretty nice. But I noticed the face is a little chubby. It's a little wider. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. But I noticed the face is a little chubby. It's a little more wider. Nothing too crazy, but something that I noticed. You got the Batman cowl. Plain looking, not much to it. And so for this particular headpiece for Batman, I gotta say, it looks really, really, really good. Then you have here the arms. Right, not much to it. It does kind of hit right here in terms of the cape, but nothing too crazy. In terms of the arms, not much to it. You got the little design here like on the bicep and the shoulder. You got just the muscle tone, tricep and bicep. Then you got here the gauntlets as well too. Again, something we've seen before. Here you have here the open hand. And the other side is going to be identical. You got this little design here. Not much to it, just muscle tone, right shoulder, bicep, and tricep. There's the gauntlet as well too. You can see that. And then here is the upper body. Again, it's going to be the Rebirth. It's going to be a repaint. But I will say, though, that with this particular base color being gray or light gray and having a gold accent, I gotta say, it really does look good. I do like the black paint on here on the Batman chest piece on there. Looks nice. A little bit of shine to it, not much compared to the previous one. But the gold outline, I think the gold outline, it is just perfect because it makes the figure pop even more. I mean, just the colors itself, having it light gray or blue looks good. But when you have that gold accent, just pops. It just really does look good. You got the abdomen on here, the chest. Very comic accurate, muscle tone, Batman, not much to it, right? Not like the Arkham Knight, which is like so much going on. This is a nice comic accurate Batman. And take a look at the cape before I give my opinion on the upper body. Here's a cape. Again, something we've seen before. It's just going to be repaint. This time it's going to be blue. Or light blue, I should say. And so, overall, I got to say, the upper body on this figure, it looks good. I can tell it's going to be a new headpiece, like I said, compared to the previous one. But don't worry, I'll compare it. But the gold accent paint just pops. And having it light gray base color, I'm telling you, when you see it in person, something about that gold and the light gray base paint just pop. Now, does he do squats? Yeah, sure. Not much to him in terms of the glutes. There's the back of the hamstrings, right? Not much to it in terms of the leg muscle tone. There's the back of the boot. Right, you can see all that little detail on there. Something we've seen before. Here's the side of the boot as well too. Again, more design there. And here's going to be the front. And there's the feet as well too. I do like this whole Batman little logo here on the knee pad. That's pretty cool. And here's going to be the legs. The legs are just very, very simple. Not much to it. Now, something that I noticed on my particular version of this figure, I'm pretty sure you can see it right here. It just looks like it's going to pop out. So I may contact McFarlane and be like, hey, you know, it just looks off. It looks like it's going to pop out right here. This particular leg. Like, once you see it, it's like it's just there. And so when you kind of like play around with it, you kind of, yeah. So even when you have it like all the way back like this, look at that. It just looks like it's going to pop out. So I may contact McFarlane and be like, hey, can I get a replacement? Or we'll see what they can do. But there you go. Mine came with like this kind of issue with Batman. So we'll see what they do. And so overall, I got to say, for this particular version of the Rebirth Batman, I think it looks really, really, really good. I'm telling you, the gold paint. Oh, forgot about the utility belt. Utility belt, something we've seen before, but this time with the black paint and the gold outline. And I gotta say, it just pops. And it matches, of course, with the Batman logo on his chest and the accessories. And as I mentioned, this is a good looking Rebirth Batman. It is a repaint. I know. But you gotta give credit though, because this is a really solid repaint. The nice light gray base paint, the light blue, and with that gold accent, I'm telling you, it just pops. So to me, this particular version of the Rebirth Batman, I really, really, really like it. And for the price that you pay for this, which I'll talk about in a bit, I gotta say, I think it's definitely worth the purchase price. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get this figure? So for the price of this of $25, I gotta say, I think it's a good deal. One, you do get a repaint of the Rebirth Batman, I know, but I have to give credit though. It does include an additional headpiece, and it does include an NFT, which some people may like, some people may not like. And so for $25 for what you're getting, I gotta say, I think it's a good deal, because even the headpiece alone, you might be able to get it for what, maybe $5 or so, give or take where you get it, right? So regular fig costs like what, 23. You get the headpiece, let's say, separately for $5, $20, but you're getting here for $25, this whole thing. I gotta say, for the $25 price, heck yeah. Regardless of the price though, what I think about the figure, like I said, it's a Rebirth Batman. The headpiece is different, but the color choice and the color palette, it looks really nice. And I think it's a fantastic looking Batman Rebirth. This might replace my Rebirth Batman, because I do like that gold paint with the light gray base paint. it just pops. I'm telling you, when you see it in person, you're going to know what I'm talking about. So overall, what do I give this DC Rebirth Batman McFarlane Digital? Easily a thumbs up for me. Again, for what you're paying for $25, now figures are $23. So for $2 more, you're getting a new headpiece, Bruce Wayne, and you're getting a solid repaint of a really good sculpted design DC Rebirth Batman. Can't go wrong with that. Here we have the original Rebirth Batman to the right, and of course the repaint, the McFarlane Digital Edition. Like I said, it's just a repaint of this one, but the headpiece is a little different. I'm going to see if I can kind of get close so you guys can see the headpieces. Let me put this right here to the side. Oh, let me move this. There you go. There you go. So, there it is right here. Hopefully my camera can pick it up. There you go. So, looks like here, like I said, the headpieces are going to be a little different. This one's a little bit more wider, right? Look at this, right? A little bit wider on the cheek, and then look at this one, more slimmer. So it's just going to be a slight difference, but it is a different headpiece. But again, that gold paint, just look at that. Look at the belt. Same design, but look, yellow, gold. And having that light gray base paint, I'm telling you, it just pops. Look at the Batman logo on the chest as well too, right? This is more matte black, a little bit more shine. And of course, this is going to be yellow. Definitely that gold paint. So like I said, this particular version is just a repaint of this one right here. But to me, out of these two, which would I prefer? Honestly, I'm going to go for the new one, the digital one. That gold accent color. Once you see it in person and the light blue and gray, it's one of those like, damn, this looks really, really good. Here we have, again, the Rebirth Batman is going to be the Frostbite GameStop exclusive gold label figure. I really like this concept. Is it gimmicky? Of course it is. It's gimmicky. But you gotta admit, it's a pretty cool looking figure. It's different, but I think it works for me. And of course, here we have the Rebirth one with the digital one with the blue. Out of these two, which one do I prefer? Honestly, I'm gonna go for this one. I like this. Don't get me wrong. I really, really, really like this. But that light blue and gold paint, it just looks really, really, really good. Here we have another repaint figure. It's going to be the Arkham Knight, the, what is it called, Prestige or Pristine version? I can't remember what it was called. And of course, the digital one. This one also has the gold paint, but this one is like a more glitterish kind of gold paint. This is just gold. This has like a gold, but it's kind of hard to explain. Hope that makes sense in terms of like glitter. Something about it just has like a little sparkle to it, like a pearl gold to it. But nonetheless, here we have two repaints. Arkham Knight, and DC Rebirth Batman. Here we have Ben Affleck Batman from the Batman vs Superman movie. The movie itself, to each their own. Some people love it, some people don't like it. Me, I don't really like it that much. But I gotta say, Ben Affleck did a really good job as Batman and Bruce Wayne. And for a long time, we requested a Ben Affleck Batman figure. Boom, we finally got him. And of course, this particular repaint. Man, good looking design and good looking figure for this particular Batman. So if you missed out on the first Ben Affleck Batman, definitely try to get this one because it looks really, really good. Here we have the Nightfall Batman and of course Rebirth Batman. This is still the most brightest colored Batman, and this one with that gold paint, it makes it pop, but you can totally tell the difference. This is a lot lighter gray compared to like a light gray. So out of these two, which one do I prefer? I'm gonna go for this new one. I'm telling you, when you see this in person, when you see the color palette, something about it, you're gonna look and be like, damn, this is a good looking figure. Even though this has issues right here, I still appreciate this figure more compared to this one. This one, I get it. It's from the storyline, and I get it. I completely get it. But man, the color palette on here, it's again, one of those you have to see it in person to know what I'm talking about. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on this figure? Do you plan on purchasing this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure to hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the McFarlane digital collection. This is going to be Batman from the Rebirth era. And on to the next one.